So his head is out and delivered, but his shoulder is stuck. That's called a shoulder dystocia, obstetrical emergency, no bueno. So I pushed and delivered his head in the water in this position, kind of hands and knees leaned over the pool. Once the shoulder wasn't coming out, my midwife had me lift up one leg and kind of lunge and push, and that didn't work. Then I stood up and squatted and pushed, and that didn't work. So then she told me to get to the bed. And I'm a labor and delivery nurse, so I knew exactly what was happening. So I booked it to the bed with the head in between my legs. I put myself into what's called the McRoberts position, which is the position that we put people into to get the shoulder out. So you're laying like flat on your back and your legs are pulled back as far as they can go. And then the nurse was doing suprapubic pressure on me, meaning she was taking her fist and trying to, from the outside, push the shoulder out from behind the pubic bone. And I felt all of that. Zero pain medicine. When I was on the bed, everyone was in the room, extra L&D nurses, the NICU team, and the OB came in, but luckily I pushed 1.5 times and he was born. He came out, he had the cord around his neck, which isn't that big of a deal, but he came out blue and limp. He had like no muscle tone at all. So he was put in my stomach, we were rubbing him, stimulating him, and then the midwife cut the cord as fast as she could, and he was brought to the baby warmer. And luckily it took like 1.5 minutes and he was vigorously crying, pinking back up, and he was A-okay. His pulse ox, meaning his oxygen levels, were a little low, so they kind of had the bag and mask on his face and in front of his face, giving him extra oxygen as he cried. It can be scary to see the bag and mask and stuff on your baby's face, so I'm going to show you a video of it next just to kind of like normalize it a little in case this happens to you, that you've seen a baby like this before. Let me show you. He spent about 10 minutes in the warmer and then came to me for skin to skin. He weighed a whopping 10 pounds, 6 ounces. My first baby was 8 pounds, 7 ounces, and I pushed for 2 hours with him. I had no idea he was going to be so big. I did not have gestational diabetes. He is just a big, meaty boy. Now, my birth definitely could be viewed as traumatic, but I am really lucky that I'm a labor and delivery nurse. I knew exactly what was going on. I kind of knew he was going to come out and need a little resuscitation. So I view my birth as super empowering, that I delivered a baby in the water. I'm still considering it a water birth. Had a 3-hour labor and 10-pound baby, and I came out of it with 1 stitch. 1st-degree tear. That's awesome. I only had one little annoyance with like the NICU team because they didn't tell me what was going on. Like no one told me what was going on when they had the baby in the warmer and I couldn't see him because there were so many people. That really annoyed me, but I'll make another video on that. Final thoughts, I feel like a boss-ass bitch. Would I have unmedicated labor again? Yes. However, my first son, I had an epidural, and boy, that was pretty magical too.